October 14, 12:14 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, no form.
My sis?
I could have sworn I heard Mia's voice.
So then she's still alive inside your heart.
Nicky boy. Oh, Miss Delight. Is it true the detective is the real killer? Well, to be honest, we don't have any definitive proof. But he's the only one who could have done it. But wasn't he at the Lordly Tailor that night?
Not to mention, we don't exactly know his motive. I mean, why would Detective Atme want to kill Kane Bullard?
Oh, oops! It's almost time. Better get back to the courtroom. I need to find some solid proof. And it's gotta happen sooner rather than later.
October 14, 12:21 p.m. District Court, Courtroom, no 6.
Wow, I can't believe we're back in here already. That was a really quick 20-minute recess. Now then, this court is back in session, and I'm really glad I'm not Canadian. Mr. Luke Atme, please take the stand. Well, how do you do, Sir Lawyer? I would have never thought you'd see you acting so recklessly. I couldn't let them hand down your verdict just yet. Not when it could have given you your preferred alibi. An alibi by the name of Mask Star to Mask. I'm sorry. I'm afraid even the great Luke Atme has no idea what you mean. Of course, I have been in the next courtroom over since 10 o'clock in the morning. I'm afraid there's no way I could know what has been going on in here. You've been in the defendant's seat all day long, correct? Being tried as Mask Star to Mask. Indeed. It's truly child's play to fool the ignorant masses. Not only did the poor fools ask me to protect their valuables, they even gave me a generous reward upon returning the property to them. Take this red diamond ring that sparkles upon my divine finger, for example. So you continue to insist that you are, in fact, Mask Star to Mask? Yeah, of course. Very well then. Look at me. Let us begin with this simple question. On October 12th, at 1 a.m., Kane Bullard was murdered. Yep. Not a question. Where were you at that time? One without knowledge lacks even the knowledge that he should be ashamed of himself. But don't worry. I will not hold it against you, Sir Judge. Thanks.
All right, Mr. Atme. The night of the murder. Speak. We're all ears.
As you wish, Sir Prosecutor. The alibi. I was stealing the urn as Mask Star to Mask, just as I announced I would. I had more than enough time to prepare. It was a pathetically easy job. A photograph contains no words, but in this case, turned out to be my witness. The time at which the camera captured Mask Star to Mask was the same time as the murder. It seems the main point of discussion will be this photo of the crime scene. Everything else up until now was all part of his plan. There has to be a secret to this picture as well. Even the great Mask Star to Mask cannot be in two places at once. Now then, if you'll excuse me, I have a verdict to receive. Unfortunately, Mr. Atme, we still have to do your cross-examination. Too foolish to know that he is a fool.
I think he's trying to say that you're full of it, Nick.
Whoopish. The only thing that's full of it is his alibi. Got him.
Got him. This is a clean presser, I'm thinking.
I was stealing the urn as Mask Star to Mask. I actually think we have enough evidence for it, but whatever.
Oh, okay.
But let's press it.
Okay.
So this photograph is the proof, correct? Indeed, it is. And the man in the photo is certainly wearing a mask. That's why I'm called Mask Star to Mask. But conveniently, that also means that there's no way to tell who this really is. What?
Objection! Ha! Are you saying that this is not, in fact, Luke Atme? That it could be an accomplice dressed up as Mask Star to Mask to create an alibi?
Oh, What an interesting idea. Are you saying that I, the lone wolf Luke, had an accomplice?
Whoa.
Okay. All right. Should I talk it out and spill all my beans? I
Yeah,
don't want to ruin
yeah.
the case for all the fans at home, because I've already solved it.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's go ahead and look at the people, though, right?
Yeah.
Who do we got?
Kane, not an accomplice.
Probably not Kane. No, probably
So
not
this would
Godot.
be, so this would be something dressed up as him. No.
Uh-huh.
No.
No, probably not.
Definitely no.
Probably not. Could be him.
It could be.
Could be Mask Start a Mask.
Okay. No. The answer's no here.
Yeah, it's no. If Look at Me was a KB security during the murder, then the Mask Start a Mask in this picture has to be a fake.
Then there really was an accomplice.
But right now, I have no idea who it was.
I don't have any idea right now either.
Baseless objections are just what the guy wants. There's got to be another way, and I'm gonna find it.
Did you have something you wanted to present?
No.
Okay. Let's press it.
I believe Adrian Andrews hired you at one point. That's right. It was over 20 days ago, if I'm not mistaken. Then you sent the calling card to Lordly Taylor 10 days before the heist. That would mean you sent out the card after you began your security watch, right? Indeed. There's no reason why I couldn't do both jobs at once. I was the perfect opportunity to steal my latest target. I see. You truly are evil, aren't you? Yes, evil is what I am.
Hey, Nick, isn't there something odd about this?
Huh?
Detective Abney was always proud of his ace detective skills, right? But if the urn was stolen from Lordly Taylor while he was the only one watching it, he'd have no way to maintain his perfect ace detective persona.
No, that's true. It is kind of odd.
Let's press it.
So by photograph, you mean this piece of evidence here, is that correct? Indeed it is. That is it. The very thing that proves I committed this crime. The very thing that proves you committed the crime. You think about it, it's really odd. Say that almost as if you'd had this picture taken on purpose.
Objection. He was simply caught by the very camera that he had set up. We all have days like that.
Indeed. It turned out that there was no such thing as the perfect crime after all. Life is truly an ironic thing, a sad blue melody. Looks like I better gather more information for now. He's truly the killer. There's got to be something phony in that photo.
Let's press this and let's look at the photo.
Uh-huh.
Alright.
About the camera that took this photograph. Oh, come now. It's all too clear what you're thinking. Huh? You think I altered the timestamp of the photograph, don't you?
I'm afraid that's impossible. The camera was set up by Lordly Taylor, and on top of that, it was Lordly Taylor's staff that printed that picture's data. Unfortunately for the defense, there's no way that picture could have been altered.
I see. Looks like I'd better find something else that could be suspicious.
So this alibi is false?
It has to be, or he couldn't have killed Mr. Bullard at KB Security.
But I'm not really spotting anything unusual.
There are two possibilities. Either the mask start a mask in the photo is a fake, or the photo itself is. All right, let's take a look at this picture.
Yeah.
The
Okay.
there's a. Okay. Should I spill some beans?
I'm noticing that the box doesn't have paint on it.
That's true. We could be looking at the back side of the box, right? In theory.
Yeah, okay.
But I think that's a fantastic point. But I think we're looking at the paint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we are. Yeah, and there's like a
But we're
cutout
seeing paint, right?
Yes.
Now, in theory, at the time of the crime, right, that paint's very visible right now in this photo, right? Which notably only has a timestamp, does not have a date stamp, per se.
Ooh,
But
interesting.
also, why are we able to see the paint?
Well, the statue was moved, regardless, right?
When was the statue moved?
Oh, after? I guess.
Let's take a look at the statue and the evidence.
Yeah. It moved around again the night of the crime. So this was shifted the night of the crime.
Okay, so it could have been shifted before the picture was taken. There is no date stamp on the photo.
Yes.
Is the 2 to the right of this evidence, is that the camera log?
Yeah.
Okay, so it is the night of the crime.
Okay, so
and then
interesting.
And then the sword being bent, you know.
Allegedly. Okay. Well, I mean, this just
not
can't be
super
the
relevant.
case. Yeah.
Yeah. And
so he said he needed more information. We could try pressing this again to see if like pressing the rest unlocks something.
yeah, do it.
Yeah, let's just skip through this real quick. Photograph.
By photograph, you mean this thing right here? What do you need? The very thing that proves you committed the crime.
Yep. Understand what,
The tailor provided camera no could have tampered with it. Yes, that means I could not kill Ken Ballard unless I had an accomplice. We have an accomplice. Come on, think long and hard about that night. The basement warehouse and the picture that supposedly captures it. It's got to be here. Isn't there something funny about this picture?
Oh, yeah.
So we can go with the box.
Yeah.
Are you implying that this picture is a fake? You bet I am. There's definitely something strange about this picture. We took a look around the basement warehouse that night before the theft took place. And there's something in this photo that doesn't match my memory of that night. Very well. Then let's hear what you have to say. What about this photograph do you find funny?
It's either the box or the pink
Let's do the
splotch.
paint.
Yeah,
Because he said about the area that we don't remember.
Yep.
The funny part is right here. Why, this is a blood stain. Ah, blood. Now this case is getting interesting. Not exactly. The stain's actually pink paint. Oh, just paint. And peach colored at that. Blood to peaches. The judge sure loves going on his wild tangents. Problem with this photograph is not the paint. The problem is, when you consider the layout of the basement warehouse, it turns out that something should be there that's nowhere to be seen. Well, Mr. Wright? What is supposed to be in this picture instead of the paint stains?
The statue. Yeah.
Statue of Amy Faye. The supervisor of the treasure exhibit stated the following.
Well, there's a good reason for that. On the day of the crime, around noon, that golden statue just happened to arrive from the mountain training hall. I realized the statue would be perfect size for growing out the paint stain. That's why I put it where you first saw it.
I myself was there on the night that the theft took place, and saw the statue in that spot. If this picture was truly taken on that night, then the statue should have been there.
Objection! But when I went there the day after the theft, that statue of the old bag was sitting in the corner.
Perhaps it was somehow pushed there accidentally. Well, Your Honor, the statue is slightly larger than yourself and quite heavy. It would take more than an accidental push to move it that distance.
Ha! In that case, can you prove it? Can you give us the rhyme and reason as to why that statue was moved that night?
Can you do it, Nick?
Never mind who moved it. The real question is, why did they move it? Well, Mr. Wright, I hope you're prepared with your answer. Now then, who was the one that moved the golden statue the night of the crime?
I mean, it had to be Lucami, right?
Yeah?
Because, like, why would Adrian move it? Ron wasn't there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
The one who moved the statue is none other than Luke Atme. Come now, Sir Lawyer. There you go again on one of your strange delusions. Mr. Wright, what basis do you have for your strange delusions? Well, it's very simple. The witness was the only one in the basement warehouse that night. True. It is indeed very simple. However, why would I want to move a heavy golden statue? The reason for moving the golden statue Here's where the battle really begins. Well, Mr. Wright, what reason did the witness have to move that statue? The reason can be found here in this photograph. Look at me. You pretended to be masked Star to Mask to create an alibi by showing you were at the Lordly Taylor that night. But this photograph contains a single fatal flaw. If the statue had been there, your lie would have been exposed like a cheap film at a drugstore. That's why you had to move the statue. True! True!
Yep.
True!
That makes sense. Yep, that makes sense.
A single fatal flaw!
Interesting theory. Please enlighten us. Just where in this picture does the lie exist?
Now we do.
Is it still
the timestamp, right? No, because like that's like it's true, but it's the different date.
I don't know, because the camera log shows it on the day. In the evidence.
Is the camera log real? We can't even look at the evidence.
Oh, it's only claiming it. So he the claim was that whenever he went to confront him, that he got hit over the head by the shit shido. So if the shit shido was in the photo, then and it was not bent or whatever.
Yep.
I don't know, but it could be the box or the timestamp. Probably more. Because wait, moving the statue, why would that show the timestamp?
So we were trying to either establish that this is a accomplice or that this is wrong.
Yeah.
So I think that the answer is this is wrong because I don't think that he had an accomplice.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true because even if it, yeah. Timestamp, yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna ship it on that one.
Well, naturally, the lie in this photo is the timestamp. Well, what do you mean? I'll tell you exactly what I mean. On the night in question, Luke Atme went to KB Security and murdered Kane Bullard. Well, therefore, it's obvious. It would have been impossible for him to have been at Lordly Taylor at this time. Yeah. What do they mean? Wasn't it not able to? But what does that have to do with the statue being moved? Remember, if you will, Your Honor. When was this statue placed besides the warehouse door? Well?
The statue was taken down to the warehouse on the day of the crime, and it was placed there in order to cover up the paint.
Exactly.
Wait, he didn't like use the box, right? Like he literally just like left the box on the ground and used a different box. Wasn't that? Did we figure that out?
No.
I swear to God, he used a different box anyway. Anyway.
I mean, we don't necessarily. I don't know.
Whatever.
Yeah. Luke Atme had already decided on the time when he was going to kill the victim. And in order to create an alibi for that time, he took this picture days before the murder took place.
What the?
Of course, the statue hadn't been yet brought down to the basement warehouse yet. Ah! So on the day of the crime, Mr. Atme must have been quite nervous. As nervous as a long-tailed cat in a rocking chair factory, so to speak.
What?
Because like the tail gets caught under the rocking chair and then rolled over. It's a real tragedy for us for those long-haired cats. Why? Because something that wasn't supposed to be there had been brought down and placed where it wasn't supposed to be. And that is why Luke Atme had to move the statue on the night of the murder. He did it to make the room match the way that it had been in this photo. Wow.
Oh, okay. That was a good guap.
Order! Mr. Atme, is this true? One moment, Your Honor. Have you forgotten this? What's that? The data for the basement warehouse computer. According to this, the camera did indeed go off on the night of the crime. Well, it's true that the camera had been set up by the Lordly Taylor staff. However, the program used to manage that data was yours. That alone would have been allowed you to tamper with the data.
Oh,
wow,
okay.
That guy.
I think that makes sense, actually. Yep.
Order! Mr. Godot! What is the meaning of this? Godot! I warned you about making me wait. Now put your coffee down.
My 11th cup. I've promised to drink no more than 17 during a trial, which means I'm still good to the last drop.
However, the defense has a very good point.
A good point? So what?
My controller died. Good timing.
Right bumper.
Yeah.
Chat. Thank you for coming around for some smooth jazz. Just buckle in. Sit down for a minute.
All right.
Think about what you've done. And relax.
Battery.
As these sultry tones and bitter tastes bring you a little bit into Java with jazz.
You're listening to 11th Cup with Godot. We are all but travelers on a road of infinite points.
I think he's got his points mixed up with his other points.
So you say this photograph was taken ahead of time,
Yeah, well, yeah, you're right.
and that the statue was moved in order to make it match. It's a very interesting idea. However, there's one point that can't be denied.
Which is?
That it's only a possibility. Men that are trapped by the chains of maybe can never reach their dreams.
Well, that's very true. I hang on to... Wait, don't fall for that, Your Honor.
Hey, Mr. Damask.
Yes?
Yes.
Yes. If there's no funny...
Don't read my line. If there's no funny business in your actions as mask star to mask, there should be no problem with you telling us your strategy. So let's hear it.
Yes, please provide this court with your testimony about your plan to steal the sacred urn.
All right.
I first received a request from Lordly Taylor about 20 days ago. The urn was placed in a box at Zvarri, and then it was sent to the warehouse. Hence, I was actually unable to see the urn for myself until the day of the crime. I knew it was an extremely valuable treasure, so I sent my card 10 days beforehand. Then, I handled security by myself to ensure that my crime would go smoothly. At last, I held the urn in my hands for the first time at 1 a.m. on October 12th.
That's pretty much all stuff we've heard before, isn't it?
Yeah, but we still have to find the truth hidden in the nuggets of new information he gave. Witness, you're sure there are no mistakes this time? Body. Very well then. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination.
Okay, let's look at some of the calling card stuff, because you mentioned that a couple times too. So what's going on here? Okay, so I'll be coming to purloin the most priceless work of art on display. Your treasures are treasure crane exhibit.
Take good care of the
that
speckled urn. He's seen it before.
Speckled urn.
Yeah, he's seen it before. Can we just present this? Yeah.
Yeah, hold on. So let's present it.
There we go.
Yeah, this one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give that calling card.
Yep.
Unable to see the
Yep,
urn
easy,
until the day of the crime. What a nerd.
Easy.
Mr. Atme, if you really are Mask Star to Mask, then you also wrote this calling card, correct? But of course.
Is there a problem with that calling card?
Allow me to read a passage from the calling card that Mask Star to Mask had written. Take good care of that speckled urn. Now the speckled here.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't speckled.
Surely refers to this pink pattern on the sacred urn. Yes, that is true. But so what? Truth be told, there's no way the Mask Star to Mask could have known about this pattern. What do you mean? Well, this pink spotted pattern on the urn is actually nothing more than paint stains. Paint stains? And these stains did not appear until after the urn had been taken to Lordly Taylor.
I'm not finding this joke to be very funny, Mr. Trite.
Yeah, the day that the sacred urn was taken to the warehouse. Ah! The urn was broken due to human error, or should I say, an error-prone human. And that's when the pink paint got on the urn.
Ugh, you can't be serious.
And yet, this calling card clearly mentions the paint pattern. Which means Detective Atme had seen this urn long before this crime ever took place. In fact, he saw it when this fake photo was taken.
Poor.
And because this photo is a fake, your alibi for the night of the murder was no longer holding water. What it said.
It is what it said. You're right.
Witness, do you have anything to say for yourself? Yeah. All right, that did it. He's broken.
Nick, I think it's still a little early for a victory pose.
Huh?
Ha. It's so sad. No one has any conviction these days.
Conviction, you say?
Yesterday, we all decided unanimously that this man was Mask Star to Mask. And now we're calling him a murderer. You don't think we're being a tad fickle?
That's a good point. No way, don't fall for that too, Your Honor.
You say that Luke Adme was the one who killed Kane Bullard? Then let me ask you this. Why would he do that?
An excellent point. Motive, Mr. Right, motive. Might you, my merry murderous motive manifest?
Nick, he's getting a second wind. He's rhyming. He's alliterating.
If he prepared an alibi and pinned his crime on Ron Delight, as you say, he must have had a very strong motive for murder.
The only one with any motive we've seen is Rhonda Light.
I didn't do it.
Isn't that right, Detective?
Indeed. According to my own research, the boy's motive is clear. Now to motive, it's nearly impossible to prove guilt in a murder case. Now then, maybe you can enlighten us as to what the defendant's motives were. I'd be honored to, Sir Oldtimer. Doing everything they can to make Ron look sussy. Despite our lack of hard information, this may be our only chance. Motive for murder. Look at me, had no points of contact with the victim whatsoever. Kane Bullard decided to investigate Master the Mask and simply mistook who he was. It was Mr. Bullard who wrote the blackmail letter and sent it to Ron Delight. And it was again Mr. Bullard who harbored a grudge against Mr. Delight for his betrayal. Mr. Bullard's mistake is quite excusable. The defendant truly believes he is Master the Mask. That is why Mr. Delight sought fit to kill Kane Bullard. Truly a tragedy. Oh, the victim, Kane Bullard, blackmailed the defendant?
This is the blackmail letter found in the defendant's apartment. A handwriting test confirms that Mr. Bullard was indeed the one who wrote the letter.
What? Blackmail letter updated in the court record. Very well, Mr. Wright. Begin your cross-examination.
Anything sticking out to you there?
Not off the top of my head. It was weird, the second line that he said.
Which one? Kane Bullard decided to investigate and mistook who it was.
Okay, never mind. I'm following it now. He mistook that it was Ron Delight, not Atme. Gotcha.
So he wrote the blackmail letter. It's got Mr. Bullard, whoever we got.
Can we check the evidence, like his research, Bullard's research again, real quick? It's just all the prices, I'm pretty sure.
That went the wrong way.
Yep. Jewel, Crown of Bangora. But the thing is, like, that's not how much money he got paid for any of those things. Also, by Ron's own words.
Okay.
And what's two to the right?
The testimony.
Ron's testimony. Hold have it. Okay. I'll push him.
Okay. Yep. Let's back it up.
Back it up. And who in the world is gonna prove that?
I will.
Oh.
After doing a thorough background check of Detective Atme and Kane Bullard, we were unable to find any links between them. It's all in the report.
Perhaps they were connected through their work. They were both involved in security.
Nope.
was blunt. In any case, the only one with the motive was Mr. Delight.
Hey.
Mistook. That's right, mistook. From the Old Norse, mistaka, meaning to take in the error. That's not what I meant. Just who did the victim mistake Mask Star to Mask to be? Why, the answer is obvious. Run Delight, of course. Why, I'd like to wipe that smug look off this guy's face.
Yeah, let's press harder.
Push it.
Yeah.
To the limit. Why would the victim mistake the defendant for Mask Star to Mask? Don't you already know that? Zvarri, take a look at this newspaper. Oh-ho! That's the famous Tear of Amanon, the magnificent jewel. That photo shows a magnificent detective as well, does it not? Furthermore, it also shows an ugly card, namely the defendant. The defendant? The victim clearly misread the article, and Zvarri, he got the wrong impression. What? The impression that the ugly security guard was in fact Mask Star Damask. I see.
That was an unusually reasonable deduction.
Huh?
No? Am I losing it?
Yeah, we're losing it. But,
What?
okay, the red diamond. Okay, the red diamond's just a thing on freaking Luke's ring, right?
It's gotta be it, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it's right here? Because that implies that Bullard is blackmailing, not Ron Light.
We could present it. That could be fun. But I think that's.
Oh my god.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Detective Atme? Well, if it's just a few, I guess it's all right. When you said that this letter was addressed to Rhonda Light, I couldn't help but notice one major contradiction. Hell yeah. Contradiction!
I don't
From the
know
Latin
where,
contra, which means against.
which is a game on the NES. I don't know where a walking contradiction like you gets off saying things like that.
Well, I get off plenty easy. And you're one to talk.
Times like these, men are made to express themselves with their fists. Why don't you show us what you've got there, Junior?
Indeed. Time to man up, Mr. Wright. Punch him. Show us the contradicting evidence in the content of the blackmail letter.
What?
Okay, go to the blackmail letter. Can we look at the blackmail letter without presenting it?
Yes.
You don't want your true identity revealed to the world? Come to KB Security at 1 a.m. on October 12th and bring 50 grand. If you don't, I'll take that red diamond you received the other day instead.
So we need to find another, or like the diamond that he does have.
So either we need 50 grand,
yes.
or the diamond. So if we looked at the things that have been stolen in the previous record, right?
Yeah.
Just as a tangent,
Okay.
none
The
of
tier,
them are
right?
worth $50,000.
Yes. That is true. And the only diamond he would have theoretically had would be the Tear of Amanon.
No, Chair of Manon's blue.
It's blue?
Yeah, look at the newspaper clipping. Shows the Tear of Amanon right there.
Oh shit! Oh my god. Yeah, no. So this diamond that he has isn't blue. Or no, it is blue, but he's saying he doesn't have a red diamond.
Yes. If he got the wrong idea from the newspaper clipping.
Yeah.
Luke Abbey said
He
from
could
the
have mistaken
newspaper
it.
clipping.
Yeah. He mistook it from the newspaper clipping, which they established in the previous one.
Yes.
no.
So we want to show the newspaper clipping.
Yes. Yes. Good call.
Well, take a good look at this newspaper clipping. It contains a picture of the Tear of Amanon, the stolen jewel. Oh, what about it? Well, the problem is this jewel's color.
Color. I'm not much for discussing color myself.
According to the clipping, the color of the stolen jewel was blue. However, in the blackmail letter, a totally different jewel is mentioned. I'll take that red diamond you received the other day. Red? Well, which means The red diamond described in the blackmail letter is not the tier of Eminon that Masked Star Damask stole at all. Wow.
Yeah. I got it.
Objection. And your point is, Mr. Trite. So you're trying to say that this blackmail letter was intended for someone else. That is what you're trying to say, right, Trite?
That is what you're trying to say, right, Mr. Wright?
Well, that is what you're trying to say, right, Nick?
Yes. This is who Kane Bullard was actually blackmailing.
Get his ass.
Get him. Take that. Naturally, it was you, Detective Atme. Do you have some sort of basis for that claim? You've been personally involved in every single Masked Star Damask case. And in the last case, you recovered what was stolen. And received a jewel. As your reward.
Oh, that's right.
Got him!
Yes. Oh my god.
Got him!
A jewel.
Probably the one wrapped conspicuously around your finger. That red diamond ring. That is the diamond referred to in the letter. Which means that Kane Bullard wrote the letter to blackmail you.
Holy
Oh, wow.
shit, yeah.
That
That's a really bright diamond ring.
Yeah. Order in the court. Order.
Objection.
I say.
It seems you've gone too far with your childish pranks, Mr. Trite.
Uh-oh. I don't like the way he said that.
Kane Bullard blackmailing Luke at me. Are you for real?
I mean, yeah, I am.
Nick, come on, stand up to him.
Then answer me this. The blackmail letter contains the following passage. You don't want your identity revealed to the world.
Yes, it certainly does say that. I read that. In the letter. I can read.
Kane Bullard threatened to make Luke Atme's identity public knowledge. An identity he wanted to keep a secret. So just what was that identity?
Atme killed Kane Bullard because he was afraid of his secret becoming known. What was the identity he wanted to keep secret?
This is what it all comes down to, Nick.
The identity that Luke Atme so wanted to desperately keep secret was his identity as...
Not the first one. So he was blackmailing Ron.
Yes, he was planning the crimes.
Yes, yeah, he's playing the crimes and he's blackmailing. Okay, yeah. That makes sense. Yep.
Luke Atme was a blackmailer.
Objection. Hey now, isn't that a
Well,
little
sir.
different from what you've been saying? You said that Kane Bullard was the one blackmailing Luke Atme. Are you saying that Atme was blackmailing someone else on top of that?
You have to admit, that does sound a little odd.
It's not odd. The only thing that's making any sense. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme. But Ron Delight was also being blackmailed by a certain someone. Oh, could you start receiving the blackmail letters after this incident?
After that, I started getting the plans. I started plans from a very kind person, very detailed.
Detailed plans? In which case, that would mean that Ron Delight was actually Masked Star Damask. That is what we're claiming. Someone else came up with the plans and had Mr. Delight steal his targets for him. And that someone was none other than Luke Atme.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense. What a freaking shot. Shit! Silence! Now I see. It's all becoming clear. What is? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Careless, with a tendency to jump to conclusions. Am I wrong? How did you? You say that I, Luke Atme, was blackmailing Ron Delight? In which case, I would naturally know all about his relation to Masked Star Damask. Well, yes. Ron Delight started receiving plans from his second crime onward, correct? Which means I learned of his identity when he committed the first crime. Well, good point. You certainly couldn't have blackmailed him otherwise. This is, by the way, 16, I think.
In that case, let's see some hot, bitter evidence. During the first crime, how did Luke Atme know that Ron Delight was Masked Star Damask?
The stored costume, right?
Yeah, from the newspaper, right?
Well, this is the only place it mentions it, right? Because we've got Ron's testimony that he was getting blackmail, and I'm assuming his testimony doesn't mention
Yeah, it's a second.
the stashing thing. So yeah, we gotta go with the newspaper clipping.
Probably. We have plenty of health.
I think I see it. I see what? When you were in grade school, you received the same report card every year. Gets into lots of mischief trying to be the center of attention. What do you mean? Well, this newspaper clipping. It has a picture of you and Ron Delight in his guard uniform. It seems that Mask Star to Mask didn't just disappear into thin air. He just took off his outfit and hid it in a bucket. That sounds far too stupid to be true. Correct. And with tricks like that, he couldn't fool a baby, let alone an ace detective. And that's when you figured it out, Mr. Atme. That's when you learned that under his mask, Mask Star to Mask was really Ron Delight.
What the? Wasn't he supposed to be Mask Star to Mask?
What, this big profile case? Not only that,
Oh.
it looks like he wasn't even an ace detective.
I can't believe it. He was
Can't
just a
believe-
slummy blackmailer.
What a fraud, trying to get him to pass himself off as an ace detective. Why, how dare you expose me like that? Why, I mean, I never blackmailed anyone in my life. I am a famous and proud ace detective, and also Master of the Mask. Why can't you understand that? I'm afraid you're neither a proud thief nor an ace detective. You're a blackmailer and a murderer. That's your true identity. Why, yeah. How dare you even dare to imply that someone as smart as me could ever fall to such loathing depths? Why are you trying yourselves with these big mouths of yours, you fool? I say none of you can compare my genius. It's just jealous. So good, this goddamn me, como rematame. It's over me, this detective cannot handle blackmail and murderous threats. That's enough to make one laugh.
You good, bro?
It would seem that we finally arrived at the real answer.
That was quite a performance by Mr. Atme.
Oh, stop it, thank you. Bailiff, please prepare yourself for Mr. Atme.
Objection. The hammer that strikes too fast has no time to aim.
What do you mean? I'm already prepared to deliver my ruling.
Allow me to say one thing. I will be the one to judge.
Hewlett, don't get much more in your face than that.
It appears that your claws weren't quite sharp enough, Mr. Trite.
What? What are you?
It's true that you've proven a lot of things. Things like Luke Atme was a filthy blackmailer. And that he wasn't at Lordly Taylor the night of the murder.
That's right. That's why he's the one who killed Mr.
But there's still one thing you have yet to prove.
What's that?
Just because he wasn't at the warehouse doesn't mean he was at the murder scene. Therefore, you can't prove this pitiful excuse for the man was at KB Security. Then I don't see how a verdict can be delivered.
No way!
No,
That white-haired guy just completely messed him up. Order! Order in the court! Well, Mr. Wright? This is it. This is the final round. I gotta prove that Atme was at Bullard's office on that night.
But, can you really prove that?
That's long enough. Mr. Trite, I want to hear your answer.
That night, Luke Atme was at KB Security,
Oh.
and the defense... Check
Shit,
the court
hold
record,
on.
check the record. Check.
Yeah,
check,
yeah,
check,
yeah.
check,
Okay.
check.
No,
Okay,
no,
attorney's badge, no. No.
no,
No.
no,
No.
no,
No. Magatama. I mean, it did get bent.
It got
We
bent,
haven't
but that's not
really-
him being at.
Yeah.
Like, he presumably
correct.
just, like, bent
But,
that
I
as,
mean,
like, yeah.
somebody got hit in the head, you know.
Well, I mean,
Ron
he-
Delight got hit in the head, but it could have been hit with anything. We didn't really, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a hard no, but it's probably no.
Yeah, probably not. I mean, this was found back at Lordly Taylor anyway, so presumably he bent it when he moved the statue to make it look like he got hit.
Probably, yeah.
No.
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 Was there money? Okay. No.
Not the wallet. Not this. Not the publicity photo.
Are you sure? Okay,
Yes.
probably not.
Okay.
Torn off some. Okay, that's still probably the other stuff.
He died.
From blunt trauma to the head,
We still don't have the murder.
which is what they tried to do to Rhonda Light.
Yep.
Okay.
It's not this newspaper. We've looked at it enough.
Mm-hmm.
Not this.
There are no fingerprints on it. Found at the table at the crime scene.
Not this.
We haven't used it yet, though,
That's
which is really annoying. One more time.
Yeah.
One more time on that.
It's just artifacts and numbers. I don't think
Yes.
that it's
True.
that won't prove him that he was there.
Buzzer went off.
Doesn't
So
prove
you
he
hit
was
the
there.
button. No.
Doesn't prove he was there. Nope.
No.
Nope. Nope. Okay.
No. And no.
I think the answer is no.
I don't think we can prove it.
Yeah. Okay. Let's.
Do we just lose if we get this wrong, though?
I don't know. Oh.
Good thing that I can't prove it. Just as I thought.
Wow, what an
I can't believe the
idiot.
judge thought that.
You got
He's
the
the
bad
great
end.
judge eating for. But if we hear one more
Objection.
the testimony,
Unfortunately, that's as far as you go, Mr. Trite.
oh, what do you mean?
I won't allow for more testimony. That's what I mean.
Under what grounds?
Have you forgotten? Luke Atme is here after we interrupted his own trial. And you have failed to prove that he committed the murder. I think it's time for this witness to return to his own trial and face his guilty verdict as mask star to mask.
No. Well, now, sir lawyer, it seems love wins out in the end after all.
What?
I am the ex-detective as well as the master of the mask. My verdict will verify that. Just as Rhonda Lights will verify that he is a true murderer. I declare that with the full force of my ex-detectiveness.
Holy shit, that's
Wow,
crazy.
I still don't like that guy. I don't think he's actually it.
Kinda cool.
Order in the court. That is enough deliberation over this witness. I can't believe it. At this rate, Ron is...
Don't give up now, Nick. We still have tomorrow. We can look for more evidence and...
By then, it'll be too late.
Huh? Why?
Double jeopardy. One of the basic rules of any court of law.
We follow rules in the court of law.
Now, hold on. Do we have the amendments?
Should a defendant be tried and found innocent in court, that defendant cannot be tried again for the same crime. That is a fundamental rule of all courts. And it applies to this witness as much as it applies to anyone else.
Mr. Atme will be found guilty in a matter of minutes. Guilty as mask star to mask, which means
He will be innocent as far as the murder of Kane Bullard is concerned.
No way.
The fact that you are unable to prove Mr. Atme's guilt of that crime here means that he will never again be tried as Kane Bullard's murderer. Ooh-wah!
I'm okay.
Ooh-wah!
Ooh, ah.
There's nothing I can possibly do to win. Even Ron is proclaimed to be innocent.
I've foreseen a ghost visit.
Real killer, Luke Atme will go free. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today. And as long as there is no more testimony, I'm afraid I have to declare that there will be no further questioning of this witness. Are there any objections? Then I hereby end the cross-examination of Luke Atme.
Damn. Oh, what? I think I see
I
it.
see it.
Ooh.
Robert, when you were a child, this
no,
is
this
what
is
was on
definitely
your
me.
report.
I had breakfast. You were a child. This is what was on your report card every year. Has poor hearing and often makes mistakes as a result.
How did you?
Phoenix, raise your head up high. Have you forgotten what I used to tell you? A lawyer is someone who smiles no matter how bad it gets.
All Might? Is it All Might? That
All Might?
voice! No way!
Long time no see, Phoenix.
Mia! This is the true power of the Karain channeling technique. I know that it's really Maya who's standing before me, but right now she's my mentor, Mia Fey.
Now, let's do this.
But there's nothing more we can do, Mia. Without any more testimony, I can't cross-examine.
Not yet. The testimony's not over yet.
What do you mean?
Your Honor, just now you said something very interesting. You have cross-examined every statement the witness has made here today.
Yes, that's true, but...
Unfortunately, Your Honor, you're forgetting something. Earlier, after the last cross-examination, this witness made a number of remarks.
Well, that's a lawyer seems love wins out in the end after all. And this detective as well as Master will verify that. And just as one that I will verify that it is a true murder. I declare that with the full force of my ace detectiveness.
He doesn't love anyone. Got him.
Yes, but these comments appear to have no importance
Very well.
whatsoever.
Then we shall prove their importance via cross-examination. At any rate, as long as the witness has made these remarks, we, the defense, assert our right to question them. Is that all right with you, prosecutor?
Why are you taller? Is something the matter, Mr. Godot?
Nothing.
Ah, Sir Lawyer, it looks like you are one step too late. If you think such falsehoods would do anything to me, look at me.
Let's hear it.
Huh?
It's true that the witness made some remarks. So then, let's hear this last bit of cross-examination.
Mr. Godot, what are you? Very well then, Mr. Look at me. I'm going to allow the defense to cross-examine your earlier remarks.
The defense would like to hear why you declared that defendant to be the true murderer.
So please, give us one last bit of testimony.
Phoenix, this is it. This is our absolute last chance.
Yes, Chief.
Oh, jeez.
The last testimony. Indeed, it is true that I was not at Lordly Taylor. I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. I had known about the date beforehand, so I had the photograph readied. My brilliant deduction was that what informed me that the true culprit was Ron Delight. And thanks to the keycard and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there. I was also able to make a deduction from the buzzer, which sounded only once. The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Victim would have left prints on it if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded it. Mr. Delight was wearing his Master the Mask outfit, which is why he left no prints. And the blackmail letter? The victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. Zvarri. Therefore, all the evidence points towards that poor boy.
That was the longest fucking
Wow,
testimony
he
of our
gave
life.
So much.
Holy shit.
That testimony actually seems to hold up pretty well. Witness's earlier remarks do not appear to have been hastily prepared. All of his points have been explained, and none of them seem to contradict anything. But of course. But how did you know about the emergency buzzer? The police investigation documents went directly through me, and I always look over all the documents. It's elementary, Sir Lawyer.
Are you gonna make even more trouble for us now, Sir Lawyer?
I will not allow any of your usual shenanigans, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. We cannot postpone Luke Atmey's trial any longer. This is your last chance. Hang on a second. Just one?
Ha! It seems that the party's about to begin.
Well, Phoenix,
There isn't any evidence that contradicts with that testimony.
so it would seem.
What do you mean, so it would seem?
Listen, Phoenix, pointing out contradictions doesn't always mean you have to present evidence, does it? At any rate, this is our last chance.
Isn't that like the whole moral of like the last case in the other game?
You can present people, I guess. If you can't point out a case-breaking contradiction, you lose. That's all there is to it.
Wait, this should be cup 18. What the heck?
Cup number 17. The last cup. It seems like the time has come to put an end to this trial.
I have to find a fatal contradiction in this testimony. And I need to point it out without presenting evidence. Which means all I can do is find the contradictory remark and press it.
Remember, you only get one chance.
Oh, fuck.
Very well then, Mr. Wright. Please prepare for the bad ending.
Okay. We're gonna
Okay,
go real slow.
I swear, if you press any
I'm
buttons,
going real
I will
slow.
never forgive you.
Okay.
Indeed, it was true that I was
that is
not at
fine.
Lordly Trail.
Yes.
We're so good. We are so good.
That is
so
fine.
good. Yeah.
That one's fine.
I had to leave to see about another vitally important job request. Bullshit,
I want to
but
know
I
what
don't
that
care.
is, but that's
I
not. Fuck.
That's not contradictory.
Okay.
I had known about the date beforehand, so I had the photograph ready.
That's true.
Can we? We can't look at our evidence.
Yes, we
can.
can. We can look at it. We can look at it.
Okay. So can we look at the calling card, right?
Okay, let's look at the calling card. Okay.
Because that says, that doesn't say a date.
I think it was
The
like 10 days
blackmail?
before, right?
It got sent.
Yeah.
It said, I know about the date. I don't know
yeah.
what date he's referencing.
I mean,
It could be the
date of theft,
blackmailing
right?
date.
Yeah.
It doesn't specify, so I had the photograph readied. It could be the date from the blackmail letter.
Okay.
So he had a photograph readied so that he could cover his thing. Okay. Sussy, right?
Okay, sussy, sure.
Sussy.
Okay. So this one, my brilliant deduction
My
was
brilliant
what?
deduction,
Go
yeah,
on.
is that informed me the true, that's not a real statement.
Sure. Yeah, I don't care. Okay.
And thanks to the key card and wallet, it was abundantly clear that he was there.
Okay, that is true,
Evidence,
right?
He said that he read the police reports. That evidence didn't go through the police. That came directly from us, from Larry Butts.
But he would have heard about it yesterday.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Okay. So probably not this.
20%.
Okay.
20%
Okay.
sussy.
Yes. Also, we'll make.
I was also made the deduction for the buzzer, which sounded only once. How did he know that it only sounded once?
He said it afterwards.
Well, we talked it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? That's not a
Gloves.
victim
Oh.
would have left prints if he sounded it, which means the killer sounded
Yes.
it.
And we were saying that. Yes. Mr. Deloitte was wearing his mask outfit, which means he'll fill this. Okay.
We didn't talk about the mask starter mask outfit since he's been in this room. So how did he know that he was wearing the mask starter mask outfit? Because nobody else knew about it beforehand.
Wait, yeah. Because he only said it because Ron said it in this trial when he was in the other room.
Was on
and
the stand,
None of us
yes.
knew about it.
And it was a very shocking fact
Yes.
to everybody, including Mr. Godot.
Yes.
Double check. Bad ending, right?
Yes.
Double
Let's
check.
double check real quick.
No.
Okay.
Boo. Boo. Replay the full game. Anyway,
Let's check for
all right.
Okay.
Okay, master to mask outfit, which why he left no prints. Okay.
Okay. Let's keep
what
going.
What are the other statement? Yeah.
Yeah,
Blackmail
okay.
letter, the victim likely just mistook the color of the jewel. That's nonsense,
Yeah,
but whatever.
so-
It's Zvarri,
okay.
therefore all the evidence points to the poor boy. Okay, send it on the costume.
Okay.
Mr. Atme, about this last remark.
Objection. You still don't get it, do you, Trite? This isn't the time to be pressing the witness on every little statement.
I'm afraid you're the one who still doesn't get it, Mr. Godot.
What?
Mr. Atme, it seems you finally admitted that you were in the CEO's office on the night of the murder. How can you say that? Let's review your testimony, shall we, Mr. Atme? The button did not have any fingerprints on it. Why? Mr. Delight was wearing his mask starter mask outfit. Is that correct? Indeed, that's what I said. My deductions are absolutely foolproof. More like your deductions prove that you're a fool. Got him. I'm sorry. Whatever do you mean?
For some reason, I'm starting to get really thirsty.
When exactly did we learn the fact that Ron Delight was dressed as mask starter mask when he went to the scene of the crime? That was,
It was just a few hours ago. Back when my sixth cup was looking at me with a cold stare.
Oh, did I forget to mention it before? I'm sorry, I just never had a chance to mention it up until now. Wow.
That's right. The defendant had yet to tell anyone else this fact before this morning. Therefore, the only people who should know this are those who have been watching this trial. Do you understand now, Detective Atme? There's no way that you should have known about that.
Fuck yeah.
Wow. How did you know about that? You were in the next courtroom being tried as Mask Star to Mask. So then enlighten us. Just how did you know about that piece of information? Yeah.
Objection. Come on, the detective must have known about it. He probably had plenty of chances to find out beforehand.
And it's those chances that I want to discuss next. That night, Mr. Delight was wearing his Mask Star to Mask uniform. There is one and only one way for Detective Atme to have found that out. Only one.
One way, you say?
Please recall, if you will, Mr. Delight's testimony.
When I entered the office, there was a suspicious shadow there.
And that shadow in every single pop-up looks evasively like you, the real killer.
Objection. How are you seeing these flashbacks? Mr. Delight never saw his attacker. So there's no way to tell whether or not the real killer was Luke Atme.
It's with that statement that I'll turn this case on its head.
Just what are you implying?
Mr. Delight saw the real killer, correct? Now, if you turn that statement around, it stands to reason that the real killer also had seen Ron Delight.
Impossible. I'm seeing the flashback now. Oh!
Detective Atme, you saw Mask Star to Mask at the murder scene that night. You saw him when you killed Kane Bullard and assaulted Ron Delight. It was the only way you could have known what Ron was wearing.
Ugh. Oh shit. It's powered up.
Oh god. I'm floating.
Yeah! Take a good look, everyone! Unable to find a rival worthy of my genius, I was forced to create one by myself. Here I am, that tragic clown! That's the same line you gave yesterday. But I think there's a little more meaning behind it this time. What an awfully complicated incident. Kane Bullard was blackmailing Luke Atme, who in turn blackmailing Ron Delight. And upon killing his blackmailer, Luke Atme tried to frame Ron Delight. Then he claimed to be guilty as Mask Star to Mask in order to escape his true crime. And to that end, he came up with this plan. To use the double jeopardy rule when making his alibi. At any rate, it would seem we finally found the truth.
Excuse me.
I came perilously close to besmirching the record of an innocent young man. Besmirching him with the title of murderer.
Don't ignore me.
Oh, I didn't realize you were there. Why wouldn't he be?
About the verdict.
I know. You never committed any murder.
That's right, I'm so glad you understand that, but I really am Mask Star to Mask.
Huh?
So thanks to that trial yesterday, I'm innocent now, right? What was it you said? Double jeopardy?
Now that you mention it.
I've been careless.
Careless? What do you think, Mia?
Bitch, I don't know. As the defendant says, the rule of double jeopardy is absolute. A defendant can never be tried twice for a crime in which he was once found innocent.
Well then, Mask Star to Mask is really innocent?
It would seem so. For now.
For now? Now then, this court finds the defendant not guilty.
I know it's innocent from day one. You can't steal a thing.
This is so crazy.
Boy, this really is lucky. Wait, this isn't so good after all. You see, the thing is, I still am Mask Star to Mask.
October 14, 3:15, 3:35 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, No. 4.
You did it, Phoenix.
Thanks, Mia. It's been a long time, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's because Maya doesn't call on me much these days.
Oh?
I'm just joking, Phoenix. Don't take everything so seriously. But on the other hand, Maya, she seems kind of torn these days.
You mean about becoming master of the Karain channeling school?
Becoming the master means saying goodbye to her mother.
Misty Faye, right?
Watch over her, will you, Phoenix?
Of course.
Well then, see you around. In hell.
Mia,
Miss Wright. I don't know what to say.
well, congratulations, Mr. Delight.
Thank you so much. No, wait. Nothing really matters anymore, though, now that all this has happened.
Come on, just be happy already.
Maya,
You've been cleared of the murder charges and got off as Master Mask to boot.
But in exchange, I lost everything.
Huh? What do you mean?
Stealing security information from KB Security, becoming Mask Star to Mask. I did it all for one reason. For her.
I mean your wife, Desiree?
She hates criminals more than anything.
Come to think about it, she was once held hostage by some robbers, wasn't she?
She always said how she hated sneaky criminals. I knew that, but once I got fired from KB Security and lost all the money I had, she wouldn't have any reason to stay with me. I thought she would leave me for sure.
That's why you became Master to Mask?
Yes, but it's all over now. A broken bowl can never be put back together.
That's not true, right, Nick?
Yeah, people put urns together all the time.
Really? Can we go back to the way things were?
They'll be fine, and Nick can prove it.
I can? I kinda wish you would check with me first. Mr. Delight, even if a bowl is broken, there's always a way to put it back together.
The urn, baby.
Urn, baby.
The sacred urn. Nessie was the one who found this.
Desiree, your wife, she's always believed in you, Ron. That's why you'll be fine. You don't have to worry about anything. Ah, there you are. Miss Delight? You did it, Ronnie. You're innocent. I'm so happy.
Thank you, I appreciate that, but, I suppose you don't want anything more to do with me, do you?
Ronnie, why didn't you talk to me about what was going on? I had no idea you'd quit KB Security. I never imagined that you were really Master to Mask either.
Mr. Light, what are you going to do now that you know? You're not gonna really leave him, are you?
Come on, it's obvious, isn't it? How could I ever let a wonderful man like him get away? After all, my bike's really fast. So fast that there's no way he could ever get away. But didn't you say that you hated criminals? Oh, I only hate people who act all cowardly and sneaky. Like that detective. I see. My Ronnie went and declared his crimes before he committed them, like a man. I just love a man who's so chivalrous.
Chivalrous?
I knew I was right about you. Every day I spend with you is filled with thrills and excitement.
Oh, Tessie.
Desiree, you really do love Ron, don't you? E-boy? Yes? I'm really glad I asked you to defend my Ronnie. Thank you so much. I'll never forget what you've done for us. Well, take care of yourself. You too, Nicky boy. I can feel my face going red. Mr. Nick! Mr. Talk about bad timing. Mr. Nick! How could you, with another man's wife in front of Mr. Boyle? No, you've got it all. I'll never forgive you! Never! Ever! Just punch me. Just as the case came to a close, so too did my consciousness. She hits like a freight train.
Jesus Christ.
Ron said a broken bowl can never be put back together. But I know that's not true. I mean, just look.
I can't.
Here's a perfect example of one that was put back together, even better than before.
Aww.
Aww.
The end. that was the end of the game, folks. There's not any more cases.
What? Man, I can't believe there's no. Oh wait, look, a new episode's been added.
Goodness.
That's so
Wow,
crazy.
dude, that's
wow,
insane.
how'd that work out? Yeah.
Yeah, let's see my progress up to this point.